Hello, good evening, everyone. How was your day? Thank God today is Friday. My name once again is Joshua Tahule. And I'm sorry that we're starting this class late. I've been battling with network issues. It was not just connecting, but I just keep trying and kept trying and kept trying. And then finally I succeeded. So I crave your indulgence to forgive me. These network errors. We'll find ourselves collecting so much money for us from us, but they cannot give us network. That's power. So that's Nigeria factor for us. All right. So once again, good evening. You're welcome for today's training. And we have been talking speaking on diversity management. All right, and we have been discussing what diversity is all about and how we can manage diversity. And we have been identifying those elements of diversity that are being visible in organizations or even our nation. We have several forms of diversity that are, influencing our workplaces and then also the country generally. Do you understand? So those factors are there, I think we have identified some of them. So now we are just picking each to just explain more so that you can get more information about them. Yesterday we look at gender and gender identity. I think this is what we discussed yesterday. All right. So today we'll be focusing our attention on ethnic and cultural diversity. Ethnic and cultural diversity. All right. Ethnic and what? Cultural diversity. Ethnic and cultural diversity is what we'll be focusing our attention on today. Right. So, ethnic and cultural diversity is also, one of those elements of diversity that affects our workplace environment, affects our organizations, and then affects us as even as a nation, right? How we interact with these factors, how we apply them, how we look at them, and how we use them, you know, also affects the way and manner we interact with each other. So now, when we talk about ethnicity, please, if you have joined us, do way to share the link so that others can also be part of this journey. Do way to share the link. You can even help me to share the link in our WhatsApp group. If you are in our WhatsApp group, just do way and share the link in our WhatsApp group so that others can join. All right, and be part of the journey. Thank you very much for doing that. So, but let's look at definition of ethnicity and culture, so that when we talk about ethnic or ethnicity, what are we referring to? What is ethnicity all about? Ethnicity refers to a group of people who share common characteristics such as ancestry, language, traditions, and cultural heritage, right? A group of people who share, say, Igbo, let's say Hausa, right? Say Nupe, let's say Ibibio. These are these are what? These are these are ethnic or ethnic nationalities, all right? So because they bear same I know some things in common, land traditions and cultural heritage. All right, consider them to be what? Ethnic. We consider them as an ethnic group or an ethnic nationality. So that is ethnicity, right? It often influences identity and social interaction. Sometimes we even identify people or people's tribes or ethnicity based on their way of dressing, based on the way they even speak. As I'm speaking with you now, some people may be even be able to detect where I'm from, right? Or some the hotels, especially in Africa, most especially in Nigeria, for instance. Nigeria is a multi-ethnic nationality. Your name, some people already know where you come from. Do you understand? Yeah. Some people by your tune, by you know, yeah, intonation, they know where you come from. If you speak here, they know that you are a Yoruba man. If you speak here, they know that you are an Igbo man. Understand? If you speak, they know that you are a Hausa person. Do you understand? Because of these identities. So it's we say that it often influences identity and social interaction. That's what ethnicity to the north, for instance, even the way people dress there, both the ladies and their men, the way they're different. Come down to the south, anyhow we dress as we are free zone. Do you understand? You dress the way you like. Do you understand? So that's why it is. So people dress as they feel like. You want to go out, if you like, ladies will wear bomb short or blouses like men wear and go out. Nobody cares. They wear something just on their cover their chest more. They don't care. They step out. Do you understand? That is they are being influenced by their own way of life. Do you understand? But you go to the north, and that's why sometimes you go to the north, you see that you are by dressing, but we understand because you are coming with a different orientation from a different zone or from a different group. And so whatever you are doing in the north puts you apart from the core people that are in those places. So ethnicity is, being influenced by identity and social interaction. Do you understand? So let's look at culture. Culture, we say, is the set of shared beliefs, values, customs, and practices that define a group of people. It shapes how individuals perceive the world and interact with others. That's culture for you. When people share the same beliefs, values, customs, and then practices. You know, there are some, you know, we have cultural heritage that are commonly associated with us. Do you understand? All right. And then sometimes we have what we call festivals, yam festival, you know, fishing festivals. All of these are cultural, um, identified. They are beliefs people believes in certain cultures. Even in those days, before the coming of the colonial masters, what used to happen in the south regions, ISIS, particularly the particularly Efik, right? Very Efik. They used to sacrifice or they used to kill their twins. Do you understand? For them, if you born a twin, then it's an abomination. Until one of the missionaries, Mary Teresa, have to you know kill that spirit, destroy that aspect of the culture. But that was what the people believe in. They believed that twins were something terrible, something bad. How can a man give birth to twins? How can a woman give birth to twins? So it was something abominable. But the coming of Mary Seriso ended that belief. But but that was what they were dealing with at that time. Do you understand? Before the coronation. So beliefs can have to do with even religion. There are some people that believe in traditional religion. There are people that believe in Islam. There are people that believe in Christianity. Do you understand? And then there are others that choose not to believe in any of those. Call them the atheists. Do you understand? Choose not to identify with any religion. They call themselves the humanists. You know, Father Dunamis ex-pastor Abraham say he's a humanist. Hey, humanists. Why there are people that profess one religion or the other? Do you understand? So culture, it shapes how individuals perceive the world and interact with others. And this is where sometimes the problem is. You believe in Islam, I believe in Christianity. So what's your business? Focus on what you believe in, and let me focus on what I'm believing. And then, so far as what I believe in is not affecting your life, it's not affecting your existence, why should you worry? But this is the very reason why we call some people unbelievers, because they don't believe in what we believe in. You understand? And this always becomes a source of crisis. Culture. So while ethnicity is often inherited, culture can be learned and adapted through exposure and socialization. Hmm? Culture can be adopted through what? Exposure and socialization. Islam that we're talking about here, Christianity, all of them are strange religion so far as Africa is concerned. You understand? We learn them. They were imposed on us. We learned them, so we accepted them. Or maybe let me remove the way, let me remove the word it was imposed on us and maybe say we learned, right? Or even if I use the word it was imposed because they were using force to. You understand? So ethnicity is inherited. Once you are a Hausa man, if they born you, you are a Hausa man. You cannot change from Hausa to Yoruba by birth. Do you understand? You inherit it. Hmm? And then you behave like them. If you're an Igbo man, you born a child today, he's an Igbo man. He's an Igbo man. Ethnicity. All right. And then, so we can inherit ethnicity, but we cannot inherit culture. We can learn. We learn culture. And because of globalization, we are learning so many things. You understand? We are learning so many things. So many things. In those days, in those days, young ladies they dress well in a traditional religion, in the traditional or cultural way to go to church. That is being known for African and as young girls as they are supposed to dress. But nowadays, they put trousers without fight. Some of them, the kind of trousers they put self, when they are passing here, you are looking for another place to do holiness. Do you understand? Holiness, that is the truth of the matter is that they are learning some of these things from somewhere else. Do you understand? Because there's a way we felt that a young lady should dress. Most especially when you are going to church. But nowadays they dress as they like, as they are seeing somewhere. being done. You understand? So we are learning culture from somewhere else. Why, ethnicity can be inherited. Do you understand? So this is what it is. So let's look at the role of cultural identity in the workplace. The role of cultural identity in in the workplace, all right? The role of cultural identity in the workplace. So cultural identity affects how employees interact, communicate, and approach work. Some people may there's you know the approach to work is different. You understand? In the north, you see that now is the Ramadan period. Approach to work is different from other days. Do you understand? So of course, in the south, it's also the same different things. And if these people are working together in the same organization, then you discover that sometimes it has to. So cultural identity affects how employees interact, communicate, and approach work. Employees with a strong sense of cultural identity may feel more confident and engage in workplace that acknowledges and respects their background. Somehow, sometimes, if you go to an average Hausa or Fulani man where they are working, they speak Hausa in the office, normal, nothing spoiled. Or some people, if you go now, they will speak English with you, even when you know that this is your tribal person still speaking English with you. You understand? So these are the issues. So, but there are people who feel strong with their cultural identities. You understand? And nothing spoiled for them. Nothing spoiled. They speak their languages. They speak their languages anyhow they feel like in the workplace. All right. So a culturally inclusive workplace encourages diverse perspective. Right. It fosters creativity. So you know you expect people to come with ideas from their own perspective, right? From their own background, what they believe in, and how they believe in, use their creativity, to solve problems. That is what is being expected. That's where possible. So let's look at the benefits of cultural diversity in organization. Are there benefits? It enhances what creativity and innovation because people coming from different backgrounds bring different ideas, different exposures, different knowledge, different forms of you know engagement, and of course it makes it so interesting. Please, if you have joined us, do way to share the link with someone. Let them also join. You can even share in our WhatsApp group. Then let people join. All right. So thank you very much for doing that. Broader market research. A diverse workforce understands the need of various customer agents segments. Do you understand? Broader what market reach, because you know how and where you can reach out to customers. I also know my own strategy. And when all of these strategies are put together, we produce massive results. Do you understand? So, improved employee satisfaction, right? If we use cultural identity, can do what? Can improve employee satisfaction because inclusive workplaces boost morale, they reduce conflict and promote mutual respect. That's what it is. Better decision making, diverse teams consider multiple viewpoints, right? People coming with different ideas and then brainstorming and then they come up with different ideas, harmonize them, and then come out the best idea for work. Do you understand? Because everybody contributed to make things happen. So better decision making is another benefit of cultural diversity in organization. So common challenges in a culturally diverse workplace, stereotypes and prejudice. Common challenges in a culturally diverse workplace, stereotypes and prejudice. One of the challenges that you're going to see in the workplace is the issue of stereotypes and prejudice, right? This is one thing that is associated with culturally diverse group. Do you understand? A culturally diverse group may face the issue of stereotypes and what prejudice. So stereotypes are generalized beliefs about a particular group, often leading to biased or biased judgment. Prejudice involve negative attitude towards individuals based on their ethnic or cultural identity. You understand? Because you are in a particular that you are from a particular tribe, no job for you. You are from a particular religion, no job for you. You understand? So that's why it is. So common challenges. One is stereotypes and prejudice. The second one is language barriers and communication issues. So sometimes when you communicate with people and they're not hearing you, sometimes they feel threatened. They feel as if they are being mocked, they are being insulted. Do you understand? So that's why it is. So it is a challenge, all right? A challenge. Workplace discrimination and unconscious bias. Yes, sometimes we discriminate against people, but we don't know. Sometimes it's not consciously done. Do you understand? And in most cases, discrimination happens consciously. So discrimination occurs when individuals are treated unfairly due to their ethnicity or culture. So there are some organizations that if you are from a particular region and the other region is being dominated, you cannot even be assigned any better role. You understand? You cannot, except you are an extremely good person. And this is where the problem is. So now let's look at how we can promote cultural inclusion, right? So let's talk about cross-cultural training programs. Educate employees on different cultural norms, values, and communication styles. Why are you doing this? You are doing this so that they can be able to communicate objectively and constructively, right? So You have to help reduce biases and misunderstandings, foster more inclusive environment. You have to, encourages respect, right? Respect and collaboration among diverse teams. That's what I mean. Encouraging cultural celebration and recognition. So there are some schools that did cultural day. My daughter also, or my children also perform in those, cultural day in their school. Yeah, they were dancing, Igbo dance, Idoma dance, you understand? So promoting cultural inclusion has to do with cultural, cross-cultural what? Training. So you have to educate employees on different cultural norms, values, and communication style, help reduce biases and misunderstanding by fostering what inclusive environment. So that's what it is. So encourage respect and collaboration among diverse teams. Let them love each other. Encouraging cultural celebration and recognition. Yes, Yams Festival, there's so many festivals. So just identify and enjoy yourself. Implementing anti-discrimination policies. Implementing what? Anti-discrimination what policies. So when you have established clear policies against discrimination and harassment, providing providing you know channels for employees to what res- report discrimination without fear of retaliation. That's what we talk about, complaint box, all right? You have a challenge, you want to drop it there, don't put your name, nobody will know that it's you, except your handwriting is always, you understand? Any question? Any question? Any question? Because we are going to end the training here because I don't want to go far. We didn't start on time, so let me just end here. Any question on what we have covered so far? All right, there wasn't have any other question. Please, thank you. Take care of yourself. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow. Please. Thank you. Bye.